Hello, everyone. This is Coach Michele. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Every day, I want your day to be amazing, which is why I start my videos this way. So, guys, today's video is on recurring billing. Should you set up recurring billing for your home care client? Yay or nay? So there's some pros and cons, right? So the first thing that many of you are thinking about is time. Time. So does it make sense to set up recurring billing, meaning your client gets 40 hours of service every week, round low numbers? I don't think anyone should be charging $20, but $20 an hour, 40 hours, $800, easy round numbers, right? So I know some of you are thinking, why shouldn't I charge 20? Guys, we should be paying our caregivers a fair wage. So you got to do the math. Depending on what you're paying them, you're paying your employer taxes. What do you have? You paying your overhead. And then what do you have left? So you really got to think about your numbers and know what those numbers look like and how you can be a profitable business and definitely take care of your caregivers, right? So 40 hours, $20, $800 a week. Every week I'm gonna just automatically bill Miss Jones $800. That sounds great. So the pro is it makes life easier for you. You don't have to manage it. However, I always say if it's not measured, it's not managed. Guys, in this particular industry, that's a difficult task to accomplish successfully because things happen. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is that Miss Jones may have 40 hours and her intent is to have 40 hours every week until death do you part, until she recovers from her injury, until whatever, right? So she's going to continue to have services with your agency 40 hours a week until further notice, right? So, however, there are things that happen in this industry, any industry, but particularly in this one. What if Miss Jones goes into a facility, a hospital? What if she has to have some type of procedure? What if she goes to her family for the holiday, birthday, just because? What if her family comes to visit her friend's family and they do not need a caregiver for that week, right? This is not like daycare, even though you can, because it's your business, you can do what you want. But based on my experience, it's not like daycare. Meaning, daycare, guys, yeah, I know I got a whole bunch of kids, right? Grown folk. My children are grown. However, I have a set of twins, right? So think about a mom. Well, I'm not even going to use me because I didn't put my kids in daycare. But let me use this example, right? My daughter, her two small daughters are in daycare. If she's late, it's $1 a minute, meaning $2 a minute, right? If she goes on vacation, she still needs to pay for daycare to hold the slot, right? So the daycare provider money is like the NBA. It's guaranteed money. It's guaranteed money because you need to secure the spot for your kids. If you go away or not, if you late, you need to put up that money, right? Whatever it is per minute. It's not like that in home care. So if the client doesn't need service for a week, a couple of days, a month, you're not billing. So if you have recurring billing, you need to stop it because you're not billing if you are not rendering services. And that's the best way I can put it. If your caregiver is not in a home rendering services, then you are not billing. Now, there is an exception. The exception is many times we've had clients that absolutely love their caregiver and did not want to take a chance on losing their caregiver, because even if a family, goes on vacation or, facility or whatever it is, the caregiver still needs to maintain his or her lifestyle. So meaning while Miss Jones is away, then the caregiver is going to take on another job in a client. It could be with your agency, it could be with another agency, but she still needs to pay her bills, maintain her lifestyle. So sometimes clients will say, I want to go ahead and pay for my services because I want to ensure that I have the caregiver. Now, side note, you're charging $20 an hour. The client wants to make sure the caregiver is paid. You're not telling the caregiver The client, I pay my caregiver $15, $16, and the client's just going to pay that. The client is paying for your services. That's how we did it. So if we charge $20 an hour, the client is paying $20 an hour. We never ever, and I don't suggest that you say, oh, well, you could just pay me $14.50 because that's what I'm paying the caregiver. Baby, you're going to have problems. Don't do it. You don't have to do what I say. You do whatever you want to do. It's your business, but don't do it. Don't do it. Trust and believe. If you don't want problems, unnecessary problems, please just don't do it. Just don't do it, right? So, so with recurring, that's really the only pro, is that it saves you time. Hours change. You're gonna have problems. Don't. And so just be aware of that. I was going to say don't do it, but I'm not going to tell you that. Just be aware that if you're billing someone for 40 hours and the service was only rendered, for 36, now you owe the client 4. So now on the next bill, you got to credit 4 hours and make sure you don't charge for the next. It's just a hot mess and it's not worth it. So not only does do the hours change, what if your caregiver is late? What if there's a no-show and your caregiver doesn't show up? What if there are other things that may, come up? It's just that it's going to be messy. It's going to be confusing. And then ultimately, you can lose a client because they're like, oh, you don't know how to bill. Every time I turn around, you're overcharging me. I got a credit, then I owe you. And then they get frustrated and they leave. The other thing, which you definitely want to stay away from this, because there's so much abuse, exploitation, and neglect that goes on in this industry, you want to make sure you never set yourself up for failure, meaning you did something unintentionally and it's perceived as fraudulent, especially when you're dealing with someone with memory loss, and or if they have loved ones that are paying for their services but not right there in the home with them, and every couple of weeks they're getting invoices that are incorrect. It's gonna throw up all type of red flags. Trust me, guys, it's gonna throw up all type of red flags, and you just don't want those problems. So in lieu of recurring, charging the same thing every week on their card, or not even on their card, just by sending it to them, right? Every week, same thing. What I would recommend is to get an authorization form where you have their credit card, debit card, ACH on file, whatever that method of payment is. And then what we did is every Monday, we would send an invoice out to our clients, and those that we had on automatic billing. What that means is that we send them an invoice on Monday. They have an opportunity to look at it on Monday, and then we bill whatever that method of payment, we charge it. So if we had their credit card, debit card on file, ACH or whatever, on Monday afternoon, we would automatically apply that balance. We would have it saved inside of QuickBooks. So you can save a client's method of payment in QuickBooks. So then you can look at the invoice, pull it up, and then you can actually just go ahead and pay it. And then the client is going to get a paid invoice via email. So they get their invoice via email, and then once it's paid, then they're going to get the same invoice, but it's going to be marked paid. The one of the things that's really cool about that, especially when you're using QuickBooks, is, or whatever, software you're using for invoicing, is that then you're able to pull a statement. And at the end of the year, you could give your clients a statement. They could use it for their tax write-offs, tax purposes, and things like that, or just simply for their record keeping. And it just makes everything really clean. You can see when the payments came in, how consistent, and all of that. And then that way you don't have to worry about issuing any credits, because you're billing in arrears versus billing automatic. Automatic is just automatic. Every Monday, 500. Every Monday, 800. No, you want to make sure that you're billing for the services that were rendered. So hope you guys found value in this video. Make sure you turn on your notifications. Make sure you like the video, Comment below. Let me know if you are thinking about recurring, if you're thinking about getting a signed document authorization form so you can have their method of payment on file. You don't have to wait. And then let me know what you're doing. I would love to know what you guys are doing. Take care, guys. God bless. Don't forget to show up for yourself. Don't forget to show up. I want to see each and every one of you at conference. So go to myhomecarecoach.com, get your conference ticket, and definitely check out the VIP hybrid program, guys. We want to be in a position where we can guide you from the very beginning of having, you know, the desire of being an aspiring entrepreneur in the home care industry. We want to take you from the unknown, the desire, to being competent and confident in how to start and operate your home care business. And that's exactly what I specialize in. So definitely go to my website and check out my VIP coaching program. And for those of you that are already established, you if you don't have 300, I would say at least 300 hours a week, you still could benefit from this program. And we do have continuing ed candid conversations. So guys, definitely check out the candid conversations. You go to the website, myhomecarecoach.com, look at the menu and click on continuing ed CEUs. There's some great information in there that would definitely benefit you guys. So y'all take care. God bless. Happy holidays. And I will see you on the next video.